This channel is for immature audiences only. It is not for children, only for childish adults. We might play some video games that kids also like, but we say words like fuck and shit with alarming frequency and make crude, inappropriate, and morbid jokes all the damn time. Level 0 NPCs assumes no responsibility if your idiot spawn watches this and gets traumatized.
Hi, everyone.
It'd be weird to include all of that preamble in the episode.
Oh, yeah.
Just sitting on this screen, really testing our audience, testing their patience is like you just giving up all pretense that anyone comes here to watch the games.
Oh, my God.
We totally could, but, probably shouldn't. And now they're going to be wondering what it was. But yeah, we've been recording for like 5 minutes. And most of it had nothing to do with anything you're likely to hear today. So
hey, everyone! How you doing, man?
If you think we fuck around during the episode, you should see the lengthy sort of preamble where we sort of calibrate and chat and procrastinate.
Mm-hmm. I've included parts of it in other episodes. Usually, it's not much more than the sync up, but anyway. Hi, welcome back to Quest for Glory 4.
Yeah.
Shadows of Darkness. Although
Okay,
technically it's just Quest for Glory, Shadows of Darkness. I don't think there was ever a 4 there.
Whatever, there should have been. It's because it was supposed to be 3.
Yeah, that might be why.
So how about a 15-second recap here of what's been going on?
Oh, yeah? How come you, why don't you just watch the episodes? They're free on YouTube, I hear. Free on YouTube.
I mean...
We're no longer
honestly,
charging?
We're no longer charging.
You probably didn't miss much. You might have missed maybe about 15 minutes of solid actual gameplay. And then a whole lot of us just being idiots on YouTube like we usually are. So
Okay. I gotta stop eating during recording.
Why don't you just chew your chips right into the microphone?
Yeah, get right in there. Let's dedicate a moment to Matt eating a chip.
It's super not professional, but you know what?
Here's some potato chip ASMR, everybody.
Yeah, get right in there.
I usually don't eat potato chips. I try to keep my carbs down. But this month, man, this fucking month. Anyway, I got some roast chicken potato chips, which have the honor of being one of the few potato chips that don't taste like potatoes at all.
Is that a maritime exclusive? I'm not sure if
do you not get them out there in Alberta?
I don't believe so.
It's been a while since I've looked at potato chips, honestly, except for I had a craving for all dressed at one point, but I searched for all dressed specifically at that time. So
I'd be curious to know, if you guys, before we start, throw down your regional potato chip flavors that can only be found where you're from. Down in the comments below, because there's a surprisingly Canada's known for having its ketchup chips that just aren't anywhere else in the US.
Yeah. The one that I just mentioned, all dressed, I don't think is outside of Canada either, which is basically like vinegar and ketchup.
If they don't have
or something like that, but
if they don't have roasted chicken potato chips wherever you are listening to this. Mm-hmm. The smell and the taste that you are imagining is wrong.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you're imagining, it's wrong. Because roasted chicken potato chips smell and taste like nothing else does. Like no other substance on the planet.
And yet you eat them and you go, yeah, okay, that's roast chicken.
It's not the wrong name.
Yeah, it's not the wrong name.
It's the right name, but that's the wrong taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. But they don't taste anything like potatoes. It's weird, man.
They taste wrong, but they are named correctly. But the taste and more importantly the smell that you're imagining is not correct.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how grape flavored anything except for grapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the name of the flavor. Grape.
Yeah.
And that's not what grapes taste like, but that is the name of grape flavoring. Similarly, roasted chicken potato chips. I keep wanting to say roasted potato, which would be a relatively normal flavor for potato chips.
Right. So, Andrew, last time we cleared the gypsy's name.
Okay.
Did you know about the gypsy who went into the jail cell, who got arrested for killing Igor? Oh, Jesus. Oh,
Not
Jesus.
ringing a bell. Is that this Phil Lynott from Thin Lizzy looking dude that's on the left?
Yes.
Yeah. He's a motherfucker. So you weren't there for all of the riffing from the two Jack Nicholsons and the Rodney Dangerfield.
No, I was not.
Oh, you're so lucky. Would that I could be you.
I believe I was in on the episode subsequent to them, but not where they were actually introduced.
That's right. You were here for one, and you had missed one prior.
I do remember the Nicholsons in Dangerfield, though.
Yeah. Fucking assholes.
Shall we actually play the game a little bit?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll leave it on the
I
screen.
could go either way.
I can go either way. All right, let's do it.
All right. We have a lot more to talk to the fortune teller about. We've already asked her about her fortune telling powers, but there's plenty more to ask, so let's go.
This valley has always been a nexus of power. Magic is very strong here. My people for generations come here to renew and strengthen their ties to the mystical ways. My dear, we are not the only ones drawn by this power. The magician Irana created a magical refuge here. Others, more dark, were drawn here as well.
I love the gypsy woman's
be wary and
riffing.
watchful at all times.
Because it's just enough.
The magic of this land has become twisted, and there are many dangers around you. Oh.
Like, it's just a couple words here and there. It's not like the whole new sentences or like anachronistic bullshit. It's just beautiful.
I'm gonna pop down to the dark ones. I think she actually ad-libs a piece that makes it make more sense than the original text even.
There are some things about which even I dare not speak. Even thinking about such creatures attracts them.
Ooh.
Let us hope that you never need know of such matters.
There you go.
Creatures.
She referred
Such
to
creatures.
She referred to Arana as a magician, and when I hear magician, I hear like Houdini, Penn and Teller, like someone who does stage magic. But it's weird to think of it as someone who does magic, like a wizard or a sorcerer.
Yeah. Which is what it would be, yeah.
Well, like how a beautician does beauty, and
what do you do?
tactician does
I do
tactics.
beauty, and I do tactics.
I create beauty. I execute tactics. I don't know.
How a technician does technics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Or a
There
musician
are
does
many
musics.
places in
Or how a
the
science-tician does science.
and I am certain you will come across them in your travels.
Or a gloriatician does glory.
Well, that's for sure.
Irana was a powerful magician who came from this area. There is a garden in the forest which she created. Oh, it is such a place of safety for all who visit there.
We know, we've been
It
there.
is said that her final resting place is near here as well. Her staff stands in the town and protects those within the walls from outside harm.
Yeah. We know.
We do know.
We knew all that. But let's get to the real dirt on werewolves.
Shapeshifters, skin changers. We are man or beast by our own will. To run on four legs, to howl at the moon, to chase the terrified prey through the hills. This is what it is to be truly alive. Oh, oh, the legend of the werewolf is but a folk tale. We change our shape when we choose, not because the moon is in some silly phase. We are the beast with the mind of a man, and a man with the mind of a beast.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is not normally our way to speak so freely to outsiders. So why do I say so much to you? Because you need to know we are not your enemies. You have too many questions that cannot be answered, and your ignorance may be your doom.
Fair.
There is much to you. Your actions to come will affect us all. Do not doubt it. Therefore, I will speak honestly and openly on what I can. Now, I can see by your eyes that our future is linked to you, for weal or woe.
Oh, it'll be for Wheel.
She did a better job of explaining why they're not werewolves. When he was talking, he was like, we're not werewolves. We're people who turn into wolves and run around in the forest hunting prey. And I was like, that sounds like a werewolf. That's what you're describing.
And then she's like, yeah, I understand. Let me explain it better because I'm smarter than him.
But it is basically a werewolf, except for the moon thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a voluntary shape-shifting thing as opposed to some kind of lycanthropic curse.
That might be worse, though, because the werewolf's not doing it on purpose.
True. Although I think that they, theoretically have more control. But hey, it's our old friend Monica.
Also, I really need to tell people more often that their ignorance will be their doom.
Oh, yeah. Living in Alberta, that's the feeling.
Whoa, yeah.
Who live only by our own rules. We own no land, and no land owns us. The world is ours for the travel.
For the travel.
You may call me Magda.
I feel like they had someone else just come and
That's the
record
name I
this
go
line.
by with you gorgeous.
Did you just call me Gorgio?
Is the word we call anyone who is not a gypsy.
I hate that. Don't call me that.
Oh, boy. I think we have now covered all of our bases. Let's cross her
Give her
palm
the
with some
mustard.
silver. Give her the mustard.
Give her the hamburger.
I am sorry, but you
Give her
must
the
pay
bacon.
for a true fortune reading. It is in the Gypsy Union rules. Perhaps you could return later when you have more money.
We broke, fam.
You say
good
goodbye.
Goodbye.
Farewell, young hero. Perhaps sometime I can read your fortune in the cards for you.
Yeah, there's been no money around here.
You spend the evening in the joyful company of the gypsies.
We're about to rectify that particular problem.
The gypsies seem to have gone all out to make you welcome in their camp. You've eaten a rich, spicy stew with no garlic, with fresh bread and plenty to drink. Now it's time to relax and enjoy.
I don't know.
The
Stew with
garlic
sounds
thing.
fine.
Because that's more of a vampiric aversion than a lycanthropic one.
Why do you hesitate? Go, join in the dance.
I think they're more just saying that everything has garlic here in Mordavia.
Yeah, that's true. Wow, look at
Or
you
like-
dance.
Or maybe the implication there is that while they are... oh, goodness. While they
Why
are
about
not
the fucking
werewolves,
dog?
they are
Browsing in the
vampires
gypsy
who can
world,
turn into
you
wolves.
find yourself curling up into a comfortable position near the fire pit and sinking into a deep and dreamless sleep.
With a bunch of dog people.
Well, we
Aw,
woke
I
up
thought
on
they
the
were-
ground outside. That's rough. That's a horrible way to wake up.
I thought they were going to ditch you. Like all the caravans just gone in the morning. Well. So, hey,
Hey.
we got some questions for Glory, 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 Glory,
Glory.
Yeah,
My eyes have seen the glory.
it's just occurred to me that the term glorietician does imply that you guys are engineers of glory
Yes.
rather than students of glory.
And?
I always assume that because you are answering questions about glory, it's because you were engaged in the study of glory.
Well,
But
in
that
order
would be gloriology, and you would be gloriologists
Yeah.
if that were the case. But you're
Yes.
not gloriologists. You actually create the glory, and that has given you some expertise on the subject.
Yes, we practice glory.
Yeah, practitioners of glory.
Practitioners of glory. Yeah, I mean, that's how we know so much, basically, you know?
But if you were mere students of glory, you would be gloriologists who were engaged in glory theory.
Yeah.
Yep. And then there's the elusive glorionomist who observes glory from afar.
Yeah, the transactional nature of glory.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, there's a lot of career paths you can take in the field of glory. But I find ours to be the most rewarding. But, I mean, I'm biased. What the fuck?
Well, you've seen this before.
Oh, yeah, right.
Every sense tingles with a feeling of danger. The eye sockets of the skulls glow with deadly energy. Even the hut looks hungry.
No, it doesn't. I can see it, John Rhys Davies.
Owner of a hungry hut.
For being here, or have you just come to keep me company, or what?
You want to hear about my adventures?
So, what are you here for besides my scintillating conversation?
How about the gnome? Whoa.
Wow.
Apparently they just didn't record voice lines for those, so it was like, oh, I guess that audio file's done. Oof. All right. Well, at least I basically remember he was like, oh yeah, well, you know, Baba Yaga cursed the dude, but if you wanna, you know, save him, then maybe we can reach a deal.
One thing. Never mind. You got a whole bunch of shit to talk to this motherfucker.
No, go ahead. What's the one thing?
I was gonna do a question for Glory, but you know.
Yeah, let's do it.
Whatever. Hey, Joseph Davies says, hey, since you're such big fans of the Olympics, and we are, clearly, which Sierra protagonist would you pick to take the place of your nation's athletes, and for which event? I mean, like Sonny Bond's shooting. Easily.
Sonny Bones! Yeah, absolutely.
Sonny Bonds would never be Canadian, though. He's just not. He
oh, well, yeah, for Canada's athletes, are there even any Canadian protagonists in Sierra games at all?
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody told me that Keith is Canadian.
Let's assume for the sake of argument that we have the power to make the Sierra protagonists join the Canadian Olympic team.
Yeah, we can make them.
We can make the character do it, and we can make the Olympics. We can make the Olympics accept them. We, for some reason, have dominion over those two things.
There had to have been a lumberjack at some point in one of the King's Quests.
I mean, there was Lord Addis in King's Quest VII who basically fucked a tree, so like you got that covered.
Well, let's make that guy Canadian.
That's a whole Sierra thing, isn't it?
Fucking trees, yeah, kind of.
Because Questenberg here is engaged in so many physical activities and has a lot of like named physical skills, like throwing. He'd probably be a reasonably good Olympian. Because if we assume that in his fantasy setting, if he has to be better at these things than a normal person could be, then he'd probably be pretty amazing at the Olympics.
Yeah, one would assume. I'd also like maybe nominate Torin from Torin's Passage for gymnastics because he did some gymnastic shit.
Okay.
Over the course of the game, you know, like the first thing he ever did in the game was climb up on top of a house and then do like a triple flip off of it.
So there you go.
Just to disturb his uncle.
3 blonde, white, Aryan motherfuckers.
Canadian as it gets.
Woohoo!
Well, I mean, you know, British colonial Canadian as it gets, I guess.
Yeah, all right. Anyway,
I don't think. Yeah. I think there was a lot of that in the old Sierra games.
We're going to Olympics. Hey, Lewis isn't here today, guys.
He isn't, in case you hadn't noticed.
If it doesn't just have to be protagonist, the guy in the last Quest for Glory who kicked our ass at that physical challenge.
Oh yeah,
Yasufu? Yeah.
He really stomped us. Like he'd be amazing at the Olympics.
He would.
Yeah, he was definitely a good like speed runner or like distance runner, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know the actual like dimensions of that track. But he had a good second wind on all of those runs.
The Olympic track wouldn't have any of the those Savannah trap beavers that
Yeah.
Put pitfalls everywhere. And
That
our
nearly broke
regular
his
Canadian
ankle, yeah,
beavers, they do cause like major ecological change, but rarely do they cause, traps.
No traps. There you go.
Yep. And that's just about all the time we have for this episode today. So thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you for sitting with us and talking to Magda at the very least. And we'll talk to Bonehead here a little bit more. Maybe even Baba Yaga. Although I think we actually have some work to do before we can actually speak to her. So
we're not ready to talk to Keanu Reeves yet.
Not quite yet.
Way to tease something we're not going to do. All right, everybody. See you later.
Bye.